Okay, so what I was discussing, now the audio is clear, right? Okay, so now what we were discussing about the module fifth, right? About the preemptive task scheduling techniques. So what are these preemptive task scheduling techniques? Right, on the system there will be n number of processes will be running. The kernel has to select among that which process has to be executed first. There are certain techniques are there, which it will be following certain algorithms, right? So that certain algorithms we will be seeing one by one. So we'll go to the next slide. Here in the preemptive scheduling, you have a shortest, that is SJF scheduling. It is also called shortest remaining time, right? So here what happens, assume that there are 3 or 4 processes have entered into the queue, okay, and each process will be allotted a timing, right? Now what happens in this algorithm, first the scheduler is nothing but a which will be executing the certain algorithm. So here what happens, whichever has got the less time, suppose the process 1 is having 5 execution time, process 2 is having, say assume that 10, process 3 is having 3, it may be in the seconds or the minutes you can say, right? Now what the scheduler will do, which is having the shortest time, right? So that will be selected first. So the priority is given based on the execution time. Whichever has got the less time, that will be given the first choice, so that the CPU will start executing that process. So that is preemptive SJF scheduling algorithm. So what happens? So first, before when the processes are entered into the ready queue, what it will do? First, it will sort based on the shortest timing. Suppose assume that all the processes have been sorted. Suppose one more process has entered, which its timing is shorter than already the sorted algorithm. Then what it will do? It will stop executing that process which it is already started. Then it will take the which is having the shortest time, that it will start executing it. So this is what is the preemptive SJF scheduling. It always compares the execution completion time, right? So this we will try to understand with a problem. So there will be one fixed question on this, right? So there are more number of problems are solved in the textbook. Among that I have taken one. So what you do, go through the textbook problems, right? So there will be about 10 marks, the question will be there. They will be asking you to calculate the certain waiting time and average waiting time based on the algorithms. So here you will be learning only 3 algorithms are given for this textbook, right? So take down the question here. There are 3 processes and the process number P1, P2, P3, right? So P1, the execution time it is given as a 10. P2 execution time is given as 5. P3 execution time is given as 7 millisecond. So what happens? They have entered the ready queue together, right? So now when they enter, what the scheduler will do? First, before that, what happens? It will, when they enter, it will short, which is having the shortest timing. So here P2 is having the 5. Then second will be put in the queue is 7. That is P3, and last will be put to the P1. So like that, first it will sort the processes based on their timings. Now what happens when it is started executing a process named the ID number P4, it has entered, its execution time is, right, completion time is 2 millisecond. It has entered, it is entering after 2 millisecond. So what is happening? Already it has started, the scheduler has started already executing the process P1. So that time the process P4 has entered, which has entered after 2 millisecond. So what the scheduler will do? The algorithm says, whichever, when it is started executing, suppose the one more process has entered, which is having the shortest completion time of the one already executing, then it will preempt. That means it will stop and start executing the new process. So based on that, what they are asking, assume all the process contain only CPU operation and no IO operations are involved. Calculate the average timing and average turnaround timing. So what is the waiting time for each process? for in the queue, and also turnaround time. We will see this. So just see here. So what they had given, which is the having the this one Vaishnavi will have an interaction here. Otherwise, it will be a problem. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
See here P1, P2, P3, which is having the shortest time here.
Ma'am, even P4 is there. Like P4 is considered.
No. P4 is entering after. So P1,
After.
P3 have come. So first it has
Ma'am, P2 is less.
started executing. After that, P3. After that, P1.
P3. After that, P1.
Yes, yes. So you understood. So which is the shortest time that starts executing? Yeah. So already it has picked up the P2. Okay. So it has started executing. After 2 milliseconds, who is entering here? Who is
Ma'am,
entering?
P4.
Yes. Again, now what the scheduler will do, it will check its completion time. Is it shorter than the current executing time? Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
it will stop executing the P2, then it will start executing P4. Right? Once it is completed, again which it will start executing? Who is again shortest?
Again, P2 will be executing.
Because already 2 millisecond that it has completed, so remaining time is 3. So 3, 7, 10 are there. So which it will continue? P2 it will start executing. So once it has completed, then which is the next process it will start executing? Which is the next process? Varda.
Ma'am,
Who is having
P3.
shortest time here? Varda? Yes?
P3.
Yes. So P3 is having, what is the time here? What is the time?
7 milliseconds.
Yes. So it will complete this. So now who is only left here? The P1. That is 10 millisecond. So this is how it takes start executing. Based on this algorithm, it starts executing here. So now what is the question is asked? Calculate the average waiting time for the each process, right? So we'll go here. Now, the what is the average waiting time for the P2? Just tell me, looking at the diagram, what is the average waiting time? How many milliseconds? So first we will take, okay, what is the average waiting time for the P4? Vaishnavi.
4.
How much time it is waiting in the queue? Immediately it has started, no? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the average waiting time? What is the waiting time for that? It is, just here, waiting time for P4 is 0 millisecond. Why? Because it is the completion time of the, compared to the P2, that P4 is less, right? So like that, you tell me what is the average waiting, waiting time for the P2 now.
Ma'am, 4.
Okay, how it is for you, tell me. Because earlier starting waiting time is 0, right?
0. Then it waits for 2 milliseconds
Yes,
because
correct.
that time P4
So
will be.
P2, see here, first when it has entered, it has completed 2 milliseconds. Then P4 has entered, it started executing. Its completion time is 2 milliseconds. So what is the P2 waiting time here? How many time it has waited?
2 milliseconds.
Yes, starting waiting is 0. Then in the P4, it has waited for 2 milliseconds. So P2 timing is 2 milliseconds. That is what it is given here. Okay, now Varda question is, what is the waiting time for P3? Varda. See, unmute your audio. This will be interaction because problems are there. I cannot go on telling one by one. I'll be asking you the question here. Varda,
I'm 7.
okay, how it is 7? Tell me. What is, how many processes are executed before it?
3.
3. How come?
P2, P4 and P2.
अरे बाबा P2 P2 दोनों एक ही है. Got it?
I'm 2.
Yes, there are 2 processes. In between P4 had come, so it has been preempted. So 3 millisecond का उसके just you can see it has executed after completion of P4 3 millisecond, and before it has executed how many millisecond? बोलो.
2.
2. तो P2 का कितना हो गया? 5 प्लस P4 का कितना है इधर?
4.
अरे बाबा, उसका टाइम एग्जीक्यूशन कितना है?
Ma'am, 5 plus 2.
Yes, it is 7. I am asking what is the waiting time for P3. You understood? You have to see the execution time. So P4 has taken how many minutes execution time? 2 millisecond. What is the P2 execution time? Earlier it was 2 millisecond. After that 3 millisecond. So 3 plus 2 is 5 and this one is 2. So total it is how much? Varda, how much it is?
7.
Yes. So this is what it is given here. So waiting time for the P3 is 7 millisecond. Why? Because P3 starts executing after completing P4 and P2. Okay. Now, what is the waiting time for P1? Rutuja.
14.
Okay. How it is 14? Tell me. See the diagram and tell me. How many processes are executed before? How
3
many?
processes.
Which are those? P2?
P2, P3 and P4.
Okay, what is the execution time of the P2? Pehle 2, then this 3, 5 millisecond. And
Hello?
is, tell me the timing.
Hello?
Yes, Rutuja, tell me. Hello? Tell me what is the timing for
P3 and P4.
okay. What is the timing? How much time it is waiting for in the queue? P3 का कितना है?
Hello?
Yes, audible. P3 is how much? 7. Yes. Then what is the P2? What is P2? 5. 5 plus 7 is how much? 12. What is the execution time of P4? 2 millisecond. So what is the...
Hello?
Okay, I think she's not audible. Varda, can you tell me what is the answer for this? Hello, Varda? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the execution time, waiting time for the P1? How much time it is waiting in the queue?
14.
Yes. You understood what it is? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what they have asked. Waiting time for the P1 is 14 millisecond. Why? Because P1 starts executing after completing P4, P2 and P3. Now what is the question they asked? Calculate the average waiting time. On each basis, each process is what is average waiting time. So how you have to calculate? You have to add all the waiting time for all the processes and divided by the number of processes, right? So here the P4 has taken 0 millisecond, P2 has taken 2 millisecond, P3 execution time is 7, P1 is 14. So you add this and divided by 4. On an average, each process is waiting for how many millisecond? 5.75 millisecond. So this is what is the question is asked. And what is the next question? They're asking you about average turnaround time. So we will see what is this average turnaround time. Let's go to the next slide. See, the definition for turnaround time is how much time it has spent in the ready queue plus execution time. Based on that, you have to calculate the turnaround time, right? Okay. So Vaishnavi, can you tell me,
Yes, ma'am.
you understood what is the turnaround time? What is the definition? See the definition here. Time spent in ready queue. How much time each process is spending in the ready queue plus execution time. That is what is called as turnaround time. Got it? So based on that,
Yes, ma'am.
now you tell me what is the turnaround time for the P2. How much time it has waited in the queue and execution time. How much time it has waited?
Ma'am, 0.
Starting it is 0. After that it has waited for 2.
2
Okay.
minutes.
2 plus.
milliseconds.
So 2 millisecond it has waited. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what is
Yes,
its
ma'am.
execution time? Execution 5. So what is the turnaround
5.
time?
7.
Yes.
3.
Understood? Turnaround time you understood?
Add.
Yes?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now Varda will tell what is the turnaround time for P4.
2 millisecond.
Okay. Tell me how you have calculated. What is the turnaround time definition?
Time spent in ready queue plus execution time.
Okay, how much time it is waiting in the ready queue? Immediately it has given the chance. So that is 0 millisecond. And what is its execution time? उसका कितना है टाइमिंग का? How much is the time execution time is? 2 millisecond. Yes. So what is the turnaround time?
Yeah.
Varda, what is turnaround time?
2
Yes,
millisecond.
understood? Okay. So this is what they have given. Turnaround time is this. Okay. Rutuja is here. Rutuja, what is the turnaround time for P3? You understood?
Ma'am, 14.
14. Okay. How much time it is waiting? Calculate how much.
Ma'am, 7 milliseconds.
Yes, 7
7.
it is waiting. What is its execution time?
And execution time is 7. So
Okay.
7 plus 7, 14.
Okay. What about P1 then? What is the turn?
Ma'am, P1,
Ah,
24.
okay. It is waiting for 14 millisecond. Execution time is
10.
10. So 24. Understood? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what they
Yes,
had
ma'am.
given. Right? Just here, 24 millisecond. Now, what is the average turnaround time? On an average, each process is waiting how much time in the ready queue and execution time. How you will calculate? Just here, turnaround time for all the processes divided by number of the processes. Understood? Yes? You got this calculation?
ma'am.
Yes? Got it? So how
Sir.
much it comes? 11.75 millisecond. So there will be one question on this even in the third IA, right? Only I'll be giving you the different values here, right? May not be the same thing, okay? Right? I will be giving you the timings here, completion time, and in between some processes are entering. What you have to do? You have to calculate the average waiting time and average turnaround time. Understood what is preemptive? Based on the shortest time, they are sorted, and whichever the process enters, if that shortest time is less than compared to the which one is running, that will be preempted, and then it will go on executing each process. Right? Any doubt on this, Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what you do, you go through the textbook. There are more number of problems are solved on the same basis. Right? Even in the question bank, I'll be giving you such a type of a questions. Even it will be there for your third eye also. Right? Okay. So one more important algorithm is round robin scheduling. You already learned in networking what is a round robin. Yes. Can anybody tell me what is
Ma'am,
round
we have
robin?
learned it in this OS.
Okay. What is round robin? Here what happens? Each one will be given a equal chance. Yes. So round robin means they are executed in a circular fashion, right? So each process in the ready queue is here. There is a note, this one, whoever enters first, they will be in the there. Either the time may be more or less, it is not a matter. Whoever comes first, that will be in the first line. That is first come, first serve, right? So they will be put in a circular way, right? So it will pick up the first one, which is in the ready queue. Only thing is, each one will be given a chance. Here it is. Each one will be given a time slot, right? There will be a fixed time slot will be there. So suppose it may be, suppose the execution time of one first process has entered, it is 10 millisecond. Assume that it will be given, take example, 2 millisecond. So 2 millisecond first chance will be given, and this again the token will be passed to the next process in the queue, right? So it is here round robin scheduling. It is what? They are executed for a predefined time slot, right? So whichever the first process comes in the ready queue, that will be given a chance. So here everyone will get a chance to execute a process, right? So this is what it is given here. You can see here the ready queue can be considered as a circular queue, right? So what the scheduler will do, it will pick up the first process. Who has in the first one has come, it will pick up the first one. So the time slot for each one will be given equal. Assume that the scheduler will give everyone 2 millisecond. So everyone will be given 2 millisecond again till they complete, that cycle will repeat, right? So this is what they are given. The ready queue can be considered as a circular queue in which the scheduler picks up the first process for execution and moves to the next till the end of the queue, and then comes back again to the beginning of the queue to pick up the first process, right? So the time slice is provided by the timer tick feature of the time management unit of the OS kernel. So this you will try to understand with the help of the problem, right? So here there is no shortest time which will be sorted here. Whoever has entered first, it will be given the chance. The token will be given to everyone. Everyone will get a chance to execute only based on the time slot, right? So that we will try to see with the help of the problem here, right? So just here, there are three processes are there with the process IDs P1, P2, P3. Okay. So P1 execution time is how much? 6. P2 execution time is 4. P3 execution time is 2 milliseconds respectively. So they enter the ready queue together in the order. The first P1 has entered, second P2, second, third P3 has entered. Now what they're asking, calculate the waiting time and turnaround time for each process. But here, average waiting time and that is asked. But in RR algorithm, that each process will be given how many time to execute. That is the time slot is 2 milliseconds. Yes. Okay. So now based on this, we will try to calculate what is the first, what is the question is asked here? Calculate the waiting time for each process. Right. So Vaishnavi, who has entered first here? Who has entered?
P1.
P1. So what is its execution time? 6. P2 has entered?
6.
4. P3 has entered?
Second.
It is 2. Right. So they are put in the circular fashion. So they will go in this order. Now what happens? You have to calculate the waiting time for this. Right. So now see here. What is the waiting time for the P1? Who will tell? Each, what is the time slot for each process here? Time slot ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ each process ಗೆ? 2 millisecond. So what is the P1 completion time it is? P1 completion time ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ ರೀ?
8. I'm 6. 6
ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. Okay. ಈಗ what is they are asking? P1 how much time it is waiting in the queue? Right. So now at this first point it is waiting for 0 millisecond. That means it has
0.
executed 2 millisecond. Okay. So first in the queue it has given 2 millisecond chances over. So waiting time is 0 ಆಗ್ತದ್ರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? Next who will be given the token? P2. So again it will also
P2.
execute how many millisecond? 2 millisecond. So once its chance is over, P3 is also given 2 millisecond. After that P1 turn will come. Right. Then again after P1 has completed 2 millisecond, again the chance is given to the P2. It will execute 2 millisecond. Then it is given to the P1. So now you, based on this, you calculate what is the waiting time for the P1. How you will calculate? Initially it has waited 0 here. Got it? Then after 6 millisecond, can you see here? Yes. Initially 2 millisecond, 0 here, starting waiting time is 0. P2 has executed 2 millisecond. P3 has executed 2 millisecond. So how much time it is waiting here? ಎಷ್ಟು wait ಅದ ರೀ?
8. Ma'am 4.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Right.
Ma'am 4 millisecond wait ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ.
ಅದ ರೀ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಈ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು? 6 millisecond ನಾಗ 2 ತೆಗೀರಿ. 4 millisecond ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. So 4 millisecond here. Then here how much it is? Again how much it is? 2. So total is
2.
total
6.
ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರಿ? 4 plus 2
6.
ಎಷ್ಟಾತ? 6 millisecond.
6.
Got it? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. First you draw this. Okay. Each you try to divide 2 millisecond. Right. So P1 execution time ಎಷ್ಟದ? 6 ಅದ. So first chance 2 millisecond ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದ. After P3 completion again 2 millisecond is given. After P2 again it is given a chance. So like that what you do? Go on putting the time slot like this. Right. Now what you do? P1 how you have to calculate? The waiting time is 0 here. In the second time, what is the waiting time? This it has executed. Leave this. So what you do? 6 minus 4. That is how much it is? 2 millisecond. Yes, 6 minus 2 is 4. So 4 millisecond for the second chance. Then when it is coming to the third chance, what is 10 minus how much? 10 minus 3, 8. ಎಷ್ಟು 2 ಆಯ್ತು. So 4 plus 2 ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? 6 millisecond. This is what the calculation is given here. Right? So just here, P1 start executing first and waits for the 2 times losses to get execution back, and again 1 times loss for getting the CPU time. Understood, Vaishnavi? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now who will
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
the waiting time for the P2? Varda. Varda is not there. Sneha is there. She has joined just now, I think. Okay, Vaishnavi, you tell me what is the waiting time for the P2?
Ma'am, wait, 2.
You take a paper and calculate.
Ma'am, 6.
Yes. Okay. So tell me how it is. First, it has waited 2
Ma'am,
milliseconds.
first P1 will be executing, so it will wait for 2 milliseconds.
2 minutes. 2 milliseconds. What is its execution?
For P-
Only 4 millisecond it is there. Right? So 2
Yes, ma'am.
millisecond. Then after that, P3 has also given 2 millisecond chance.
2
P1 is
milliseconds.
also
P1
given as a
will
2 milliseconds. So 4 plus 2. How much it is?
2, 6.
6. Correct.
6.
Yes. So this is what it is given here, 6 millisecond. Understood? Yes? Okay. Then what is the waiting time
Yes,
for
ma'am.
P3? Calculate. P1 has given 2. Its execution time is only 2. Right? It will get the chance after P1 and P2.
4.
Yes. So P1, when it has entered into the queue, 2 millisecond slot is given. After that, P2 has token has been passed, it will execute 2 milliseconds. So total 2 plus 2 is 4. So P3 waiting time is 4 millisecond. You understood
4
this?
milliseconds.
Yes. So
Yes,
P3
ma'am.
starts executing after completing the first time slashes for P1 and P2 and completes its execution in a single time. Okay. So what is the question they had asked? Average waiting time. How will calculate? Add all the waiting time of all the 3 processes divided by 3. So this is what they have done. 6 plus 6 plus 4 divided by 3. That on an average, each will be waiting for 5.33 millisecond. Okay. Now, what is the turnaround time? Okay. Okay. Vaishnavi. Okay. See, what is the turnaround time definition?
Execution time means
Yes. How much
execution
time
of
it is waiting in the queue plus
queue.
execution.
Execution time.
Okay. How much time P1 is executing in the queue? You already calculated. How much it is?
6.
6 millisecond. 6 plus what is its execution time?
6.
6 plus 6 is how much? 12 millisecond. This already you have
12.
calculated here. Right? Waiting time for the P1 is 6 millisecond. To that, what you add? Execution time. Right? Like that, what is the P2? P2, how much time it has waited?
P2 is waiting for 6 plus 4, 10.
10. Yes. So here it is 2. Okay. Then here comes here 2. 2 plus 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 4. 10.
4.
Yes. So it's
And
turnaround time.
P3 is
Yes. What is the P3?
6.
Yes. It has waited for in the queue 4 millisecond.
4.
Execution
And
time
plus
is
2.
2. So 6. Understood? Yes. Now what is the average
Yes,
waiting turnaround time? What is average turnaround time? Turnaround.
Add and divide.
Yes. Turnaround time for all the processes divided
12
by
plus 10
number of
plus 6.
processes. So 12 plus 10 plus 6 divided by 3. So how much you get? On an average, the turnaround time is 9.33 millisecond. Right? So there will be a question on this based on the round robin scheduling algorithm. How the scheduler will pick up the process. On what basis each process will be given the chance. Right? There will be n number of processes will be there in the queue. Among that, which one it will select? There are certain algorithms are there. It will not pick up randomly, right? Based on the certain algorithms, like you have a round robin scheduling, preemptive scheduling. So it will try to pick up the what? The process. right? So there is one more is there, which is very important here. Okay, that I'll complete and then I'll wind up. The last one is, you understood what is a round robin scheduling? Vaishnavi? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
You understood what is round robin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the last one in this one preemptive scheduling technique, you have a priority based scheduling, right? So sometimes what happens, the operating system, there will be n number of process, it will be giving the priorities. Whichever has got the highest priority, that will be executed first. So here in the priority based, the highest process will be given the first chance, right? So it will decide the priority. So the priorities are given based on the number. So 0 is having the highest priority and the highest number. Suppose if there are 4 processes are there, right? Each process will be given the priority based on their, even in the embedded system, whichever has got the real time, it has to be, the task has to be executed in real time, that will be given the highest priority. So that number will be given as a 0. The lowest priority will be given as the highest number here. So what happens in this algorithm, the priority of a task process can be indicated through various mechanisms. So here the shortest job first algorithm can be viewed as a priority based scheduling, where each task is prioritized in the order of the time required to complete the task. So here the lower the time required for completing a process, the higher its priority in SJF algorithm. Otherwise, there is one more